Let's try and understand what the impact of this conflict mean for the rice industry in the country. Dev Garg, who's the Vice President, Indian Rice Exporters Federation, is joining us now. Dev, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining in. First up, if you can tell us what's the impact, how much of rice do we export to Iran and Middle East as well, and how are we already seeing a big impact that has come back?
So when such a crisis arises, the very first casualty is the freight and insurance. Because in such situations, we have seen that there is mass cancellation of containers. And also due to the unavailability of marine fuel, which in other words, we also call bunker fuel, those prices have also gone significantly up. So across the board, we are seeing that many shipping lines have imposed board surcharges. In many cases, major shipping lines such as MSC, Maersk, and CMA have imposed surcharges of up to $2,000 per container, which is a very significant amount. And in many cases, containers have even been cancelled. So today we are in a situation of great uncertainty where the supply chains have seemed to be broken down to the Middle East. So secondly, with respect to insurance premiums as well, because any cargo that is exported out of the country has to be covered by insurance. Otherwise, exporters are and the foreign exchange is subjected to greater risk. In many cases, insurance has been suspended and insurance premiums have significantly gone up. So we have even advised our members to not undertake any exports on CIF basis, that is cost insurance and freight basis. On the other hand, we have advised them to conduct all contracts strictly on FOB basis to mitigate such problems in the future. Now, if you look at the export scenario, the Middle East is the biggest market for Basmati rice from India. We export our exports this year from April till December to the Middle East have been around 27,000 crores. This is quite significant because out of the entire export bracket, this accounts for nearly 25% of all rice that is exported out of India. Now, if you look at the major markets for Basmati rice, the top 5 markets are all in the Middle East. Number 1 being Saudi Arabia, followed by Iran, followed by Iraq, Yemen, and Kuwait. So all these, the top 5 markets for Basmati rice that account for nearly 50% of all Basmati rice exports are directly affected by this crisis.
If you could give us a sense of the kind of impact the last 3 to 4 days have seen, especially in terms of inventory piling at various ports. What is the quantum, if you could quantify the amount of rice or the tons of rice that are now stuck at various ports, and what are the options that exporters have to go ahead and get this freed?
Stuck at the destination is to be at the mercy of the importer. Because sitting in India, when the flights are not operating and you're not able to visit the importing destination, so the only option is to pray to God that nothing wrong happens and the situation comes under the control and the importers are unaffected by it. Whereas on the other hand, for people whose cargo are in transit, so they have an option of redirecting their cargo to some other destination. So those options are also available. And for the cargoes that are currently lying at port, they have to wait and watch before the situation improves, before making the shipments. Because if they ship in the current scenario, that will expose them to a very great loss and significant risk going forward. Every month, we are seeing that exports to the Middle East are ranging somewhere around 3,000 to 4,000 crores. So now in the next 2 months, in March, we are expecting that all these exports will come to a standstill. There might be some export, but we are seeing a significant drop in quantity in the next 1 month. We are seeing that we anticipate that more than 80% drop in the quantity exported to the Middle East. In the past 4 days, if we talk about the insurance, about the fuel cost, fuel costs have gone up from $570 for bunker fuel, that is the marine fuel, to around $680 today. Now, what this further, because since we are hearing disturbing reports about attack on oil refineries, where this price increase will further go is a subject matter of speculation. And in the coming days, we'll have a more clearer picture on it. With respect to ocean freights, we are seeing an increase in ocean freights of up to $100 to $150 per metric ton, which is a very significant increase for a single day or 2 day increase in shipping freights. But the more important concern is that non-availability of cargo and vessels being cancelled. Because today, even if you have a booking in your hand, there is no clarity whether that vessel will come to the port or whether that vessel will reach the destination. So we are currently sitting in a complete environment of uncertainty, and the risk profile today is very high.